Addiction is not a death sentence.
You are now about to witness the greatest show on earth.
Music in Mayhem.
Music in Mayhem.
I'm Manny Vitale.
It's Skyler Ray, baby.
This is Music in Mayhem.
What is going on, folks? I'm Manny Vitale, co-host of Music in Mayhem with the one and only Skyler Ray. And you know what? I don't even know where to begin. There's so much, and we're going to jump into that when Skyler pops on here. But I can just say that it was absolutely incredible time that we had in our undisclosed location. And since, you know what, let's just get OG in here. Bam.
Good afternoon.
It was, well, believe it or not, we actually were never in Portland or anything.
Or Alaska.
That was just, everything was Photoshopped. We never even went anywhere. We were sitting here in the studio in Detroit. And it was all Photoshopped. Which is totally not true.
Time lag, you know.
I tell you what a hell of a time. For someone, I'm talking about myself, who was not much of a traveler up until the last 6 months. I have been on planes, off planes, this city, that city, and it's been amazing. And yesterday, we started off this journey from Detroit on last Friday, from Detroit to Seattle to Portland. Had a wonderful time. Just, and which we'll get into when Skyler pops on as well. Tuesday, jump on a plane in Portland, and we fly to Minnesota,
Minneapolis, St. Paul,
and we were supposed to have on our way here. We had about a 2-hour layover or something. Like that.
Hour and a half.
So on the way back, you know, it's whatever. So we're gonna have a layover. We're supposed to have like a half-hour, 40-minute layover when we got out of the plane from Oregon yesterday. And so we get off the plane. We're at gate F something. We had to go to gate G something.
G4.
So no big deal. We get off the plane. We look, there's go about 100 yards. There's turn right, and there's our gate. G whatever. And on the way, there was this area where you could buy snacks and stuff like that. And she goes, you know, I'm going to go by the gate, which I could see right there. It's like right freaking there.
So
like,
all right,
find
how long before we start boarding?
So I'm going to, so I grab my drink, a little self-checkout thing. I go up there, pay for it, turn around, and I just am taking my time because I've got 40 minutes before the plane starts to even board. So I take about 3 steps, and I hear this very high pitch noise. And I thought that I heard my name in that noise, but higher and louder. So I'm looking, I'm like, what the shit? And I look and I see OG over there, and I trying to figure out what the hell she just said. I just heard my name, and then she yells it again, and she's waving like crazy. Like, what? Yeah. Well, by that time, my ears exploded, so no one could hear. So I'm sitting there, and I start walking over. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So
I can get loud.
We literally walked off the plane, walked over, grabbed a drink, paid for it, turned around, started walking towards her, and walked right onto the plane. Well, you know what? That's not actually accurate. I walked onto a flying hotel.
Oh, honey.
This plane, the one plane that we flew from Seattle to Portland, was a decent sized plane.
Good sized plane, yeah.
And I was like, damn, this is nice. That looked like a freaking dinghy compared to a yacht. Because when I got on this, when you walk up and the flight crew says, you know, I give them my seat, you know, what 20E, and okay, go down this aisle. This aisle.
There's 2.
How many freaking aisles does a plane have? It's got one. It's this wide. I have to walk sideways and get elbowed in the junk by all these people. So I turn to my right, and I just start laughing, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" This thing went for like 4 miles. I'm looking in the back. I was like, so then I turned to my left. Holy shit! Because that was literally first class. We were the first row in comfort, and then right in front of us, the next row was first class, which consisted of, and I know that you guys that fly are like, yeah, no shit, Manny. But there were seats, but they had their individual own cubicles that you would sit in, your own TV, your own everything in this cubicle. And if you were a little tired, you wanted to lean your seat back like us peasants do. No, you just push this button and it turns into a bed. So here I am, screw this. So I decided to make friends with this
Flight attendant.
I almost said wait staff, the flight crew. So I walk up and I'm just staring and giggling and laughing like a little kid. And I said, I don't know what the rules or regulations of FAA. I didn't want to take a picture, and all of a sudden TSA jumped my ass.
Yeah, take you.
Yeah, because I've had some interesting run-ins with TSA lately.
Yeah,
and
they're getting better though.
So they're looking at it. I go, man, listen, I'm sorry. I go, I've never seen anything like this. And they're like, you're fine. And they go, yeah, take a picture. And they're like, in fact, why don't you just wait? And then when we land and they get off the plane, we'll take you up there. You can sit wherever you want. We'll take pictures. I was like, hell yeah. Well, it wore off real quick once I sat down, and all of a sudden remembering that I've been flying all day, and we had such a great time for the last 6 days or whatever it was. I was tired. So, but just seeing it was amazing. The people were incredible. This plane, it was actually going to Shanghai the next day. And when I asked the flight crew, I said, this is huge. And I said, this huge plane is taking an hour and 20-minute flight to Detroit. And she goes, oh, no, we're going to Shanghai. She goes, well, actually, we're going to Amsterdam. I go, oh, tomorrow? She goes, no, now. I'm like, cool. Yeah, I was like, woo. No, man, you just told the wrong guy. I'm in. But we're just waiting for Skyler to pop on. We're dealing with some IT shit. And,
but for those of you who fly international, if you fly over the ocean somewhere, or if you got a 20-hour, 24-hour flight, like even our comfort seats,
oh my God,
are better than any first class seats that you normally get, because they have buttons where you can put there's a place for you to put your feet. Like a shelf, I guess, or you can put your feet, rest your feet and put it up, or then of course lean back. But the seats are wider.
Oh,
the comfort seats are wider on that seat than they are first class on a regular flight, like when we go to White Plains. It's incredible. But I've flown overseas, and yet they do have two aisles to walk down. And because the flight is so long, they expect you to get up and walk around and make friends and talk and whatever, because you're together for so long. It's not like you just sit there for your hour and a half, or even 3 hours and just sit and wait to get off the plane. It's an event, and it really is. But and I've flown a lot, but I've not had a chance to see those seats that look like little personal cubicles with your own TV and your own chair / bed. It's beautiful.
No, it was insane. I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Wonderful.
And I was just in awe. And like she said, our seats that we had, they had like 3 different buttons: one for your back, one for your head, one for your feet. Then they had your own remote control for our own TVs. I go to sit down and I go, what the hell's on my seat? Your own really nice headsets like these that you plug in for the. It was insane. It was absolutely insane. Heidi, 7:04 waiting for the Ish guys to come on. They're never late because they're the Ish guys. Heidi, thank you so much. Donald, let's go, guys. Rock and roll, baby. You know it. Donald, thank you, man, for always popping on and doing your thing. And I see you've been working your butt off, man. And we got a lot going on with your guy. What's his name? Patrick? Ryan Page. Patrick?
Yeah. Pie and Rage is how
Ryan Page.
Whatever, but it's Ryan
Page. So we got stuff going on with him, and he's going to be talking about your organization that you guys are just doing amazing things with. So looking forward to that. Brandon Hughes, what's up, Brandon? We're going to have you on soon.
April 15th.
Sir Coughs a lot. What's up, brother? what's the name right there is, how come I can't see for shit? Proofstand?
I haven't seen that gentleman before.
I've seen it before, yes.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm sorry if I butchered. Oh, I see Skyler. We'll let him decipher that. You good to go, Skyler? Yes. So without further ado, OG,
See you,
we're gonna do some work here.
Okay.
The one and only Skyler Ray.
What is going on, my guy? Can you hear me good?
Oh, you
Yes.
sound fine, man. Hear you good. Sir coughs a lot. Brandon Hughes. And I PR. What's that line with the U over the U?
It's Proofstan Malik.
Proofstan
No,
Malik.
Mike. No, there's no L. Mike.
Oh,
Mike.
isn't that an L?
Proofstan Mike.
Proofstan Mike.
Who you guys yelling at?
Not yelling at anybody.
Mr. Mike.
Makes sense. Makes sense, man.
Right here. Right there.
So I was hearing about your flight on the way back. I'm not sure who that is. Hey, if you see your comment on the screen, drop where you from, what country are you from. Guys, drop your locations on here. I do apologize for running a little bit late.
What?
I was 10 minutes on top of already being late. And with that being said, it came to podcast time, and I was like, I need a shower. So I went to shower. I hopped out the shower, and then I noticed I had about 10 minutes left, and then Cakes wanted to use the bathroom. And then after that, I was like, I didn't have the studio set up because I brought the podcast station to the vacation.
To the undisclosed location.
And so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me a little bit better with this?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good.
That's a lot.
Like that?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Sounds
cool.
good, man. Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. That's like he said, we had the setup right in the kitchen.
We did.
It was awesome, man. I didn't really go into detail or anything as far as the undisclosed place, the location or anything, but yeah, it was I think it's safe to say Pound Cake was the hit.
Hit of the show.
The hit of
He's always the hit of the show.
She was wonderful.
You know, I don't know if you guys knew or not. We talked about it a little bit that Skyler was, Pound Cake's little, skittish, around guys and stuff. So he was worried. He said, "I'm going to bring a toy and treats, just so when I first time I see her to give her the treats and the toy." I was like, "Yeah, that's cool." So that first time, that first night, Kayla wasn't there yet with Pound Cake. It was just us three, and later on, Kayla got there with Pound Cake, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I came out and I saw Kayla give her a hug, and all you hear is she went nuts, man. She was so cool. Yeah. And just nothing but hugs and hugs, but a bunch of kisses. And it was great, man.
I was surprised how much she likes you, man, because a lot of times she don't really, she's like, just seems skittish around guys. She's skittish all the time, regardless, as you guys saw. So she's always running around trying to get away. Brand new people. She's a slow burn. But she warmed right up to Manny and got into his, started licking his arms, trying to hump him.
Yeah, she liked me a lot.
She was trying to establish dominance, and it's crazy because she don't do that to Kayla. She don't do that to nobody else, but she does it to me, and then she does it to you. So it must just be she sized you up. She was figured she could take you, and you weren't a threat, and so she wanted to let you know she was a threat. So when the bacon is ready, make sure you hand it over, or you are about to get 36 pounds of Pound Cake. Okay.
Pound Cake whoop ass. And
that's what it is. It truly is. So.
And that flows into there's so much to talk about, man. I mean, the bacon right now, they're like bacon. Let's just say that when the aroma, that unforgettable aroma of bacon enters the air, you can't hide that from Pound Cake.
You can't. OG probably had like 3 or 4 pounds cooking over a couple day period. We had to go out there with a spear to hunt down another pig so we could have some by the second day.
I didn't realize that in the room, Pound Cake was as soon she smelled it. She was at the edge of the bed, like, just like, let me out, but in her cute way. So
It was more like
the noises she makes are insane. You know,
Mhm.
it was
she's a wild one for sure. No, she had a lot of fun. She's been resting since she got back, and it's been nice because last night I was letting her out. We got a couple more horses over here right now. Actually, horse sitting until December. So there was 2 brand new horses here out in the field, and I went to let Cakes out so she could see them. And she saw her friend Annie. Annie lives next door. She's like a black lab, and they got a chance to play. And Annie just tears her up. So they're just rolling around in the puddles and the mud. She wasn't muddy, but she was like soaking wet. That's for sure. So she's just been so tired. She's been sleeping all day. She's crazy. I even saw her for the first time. She was humping in her sleep yesterday. I have never seen that. I have never seen that. And for context, guys, so she is fixed, right? So I think that's why I said they either do that for like dominance, or I read that they do that when they get so excited they don't know what to do with their energy. But usually we got her a duck or a monkey, and after breakfast every morning,
Yeah.
she chews on it, she sucks on its face like a binky, and she humps it or brings it around town, right? But with that being said, it was the first time that I saw her sleeping, and she was humping in her dream. So in her dream, she was probably tearing up monkey, because I was reading some research and some data, and they were talking about dogs when they have dreams. Most of the time, they dream about playing with their owners and their toys. So that would make sense if she's going to town humping. That, or she got a hold of Manny, one of the two.
Yeah, what can I say? Pound cake's got great taste.
Uh-huh.
She
That's
does.
right.
She does.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, she was an absolute riot. And everyone loved the Monopoly game. Well, they didn't know, but we were playing Monopoly. That picture with her head on the table, just
Oh yeah.
Yep.
it was insane. As you can see, we got a happy 6th anniversary of Skyler
Yeah.
and Kayla.
Aw.
So
Yes,
congratulations, my brother
Yeah.
and Kayla.
Yeah,
Yay.
thank you so much, man. It's been a journey. It's been a journey, that's for sure. We've accomplished so much. It's funny because we both totally forgot, and I seen like some post. She said she remembered last night, and then she forgot, and then she was gonna say something when she remembered again, but then got distracted. But yeah, we're so far behind on everything. We'll probably celebrate. We'll grab some coffee in the morning. We'll probably celebrate in a couple weeks, man. We're just there's so much to do between taxes, merch orders, tours. We hope we have time in a couple weeks to be able to go out to dinner and do something special. But yeah, it's been an amazing journey. We've been able to travel the world, tour the country. We've been able to rock arenas, live our dreams. We've been able to do so much stuff, and we haven't spent a night apart since the first night together.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Hey,
So
you know it's
every
meant to
single
be
night
then,
we've been
boy.
together for over 6 years, and so it really is a thing, and that's why it's like we're so just inseparable. Everywhere we go, we have to go together. Especially like if we're leaving town or out the country, right? We do different stuff during the day. She's running around, she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing. But when it comes to like shows or traveling or anything, we are definitely the package deal. And that's the way it is. So it's
Buy one,
a
get two.
beautiful. What were you saying, OG?
I said buy one, get two.
Buy one, get two, baby. It is what it is. But I'm happy to have a partner. She dares me to be the best version of myself, and it's been an incredible journey. So
I tell you, obviously, this is so many people, thought that we've known each other a long, long time, and it's
Felt
only
like we have.
been, yeah, it's only been like
Mhm.
6 months or something like that. And
Yeah.
this past Friday was the very first time that we all actually met in person, man. And in all reality, there's that little bit of, oh shit, man, this is the first time we're meeting in person.
You never know.
You just don't know. So it was that little bit of, what if this, what if maybe, don't get along quite the same, man. I tell you what, it was just like this, but 10 times more. I mean, it was
We
just
were
like
turned up.
that comfortable. Man, me and Skyler were making fun of each other, and it was like cutting up, just like when you hear people making fun of each other, and it's like, man, they must not like you or something like that. No, it's when they don't involve you in cutting up and stuff that they don't like you. When you're involved, it was just nonstop. And about Kayla, meeting you and Kayla, everyone knows she's a sweetheart and all that, but I
She
tell
really
you,
is.
she is such a sweetheart. I mean, not besides her amazing, incredible voice, but just sitting there, no cameras going, and just talking, with just like that one night. Remember, it was just me and you. Me and Skyler were it was just us two and Pound Cake. And we were just talking about life and the things he experienced that I experienced. And man, we must have like at least an hour going back and forth. And I go, can you imagine how cool that would have been if we had cameras rolling and not looking into them, not telling a story, but just sharing these things? Because I told you some things that I really haven't mentioned. There's still a lot behind the scenes, and just like with you. So, it was such a great time. I mean, it's too short. That's for
Way
damn
too
sure.
short. Way too
So
short.
we got a lifetime to fill in all the blanks.
Oh man,
We do. We do.
and
We have plenty
Skyler,
of time, man. And the
Skyler
Mayhem
is-
hit when we're leaving. When we're leaving, the Mayhem hit, right?
Oh
That-
yeah,
So,
we'll
so
get
it was a spark plug.
that's
Mhm.
it.
It was a
You
spark
know
plug,
what?
and
The
that's
way
why-
it was
and that's
cutting out
why
like
when
that.
I went to when I went to push the gas, it didn't make any noise. It just
There was no
decelerated.
spark. Yeah.
So we went to. So for anybody that knows, after I ran over and backed up and broke all the person's property, I straightened the car out. I backed up properly, and then we hit the road. So the
Forgot
reason
about
why Kayla wasn't behind us is because she had to
She
fix my
fixed
damages,
them.
right? So
God love
no,
her.
I hit this small flag backing up, guys.
Just a reflector
and,
light.
So she had to fix it. But I was driving down the road and we're taking them to the airport. We're getting ready to get some sausage egg McMuffins. We're getting ready to have a good time, get some food and drop them off, right? 10 hours early because that's the way OG likes to do it. So we were there. I know when you were at the airport, OG, you're like, damn, we had plenty of time. Kayla made it home from the airport probably like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. She was fast. So check it out. So we got back and we go to take you guys there, and all of a sudden the car just started to decelerate. And
Yeah, it
it went from
did.
like 60 to 55 to 50 to 45 to 40 to 35. And we're on the highway. And I was like, I might want to get over because I'm like no longer highway speed, right?
Oh,
And
we
so I
went
get
from
over to the
Mhm.
shoulder and the car just wouldn't start. But yeah, so I ended up thank God for AAA. We got it was funny because I was texting Kayla's dad's a mechanic, and I was texting Kayla's mom, and I was like, they're like, oh, we'll come up there and get you. And I was like, nah, just wait because it's like raining. They said they're gonna come get me. And I was like, and plus I got 3 toes left, right? And she's like, oh no, you got 10 toes. I was like, well, 13 toes. So either they're gonna drag me or my other 10 toes will get me walking home, right? I was like, either way, we're gonna be so the Mayhem definitely hit on the way home. But we made it and we got it figured out. And then he hopped on his private plane with the rollout backs and
oh my God.
the pictures, and he found out that he wasn't going to Detroit. He was getting hijacked to a different country. And so really he got the best bang for his buck. He made it home, and here we are today.
Yeah.
As our stories, as you can go by our stories, is I talk to anybody anytime. I don't care. I mean, I just have fun, and just like Skyler, man, we just let it loose and have a good time. And it's always at the airport. It's usually with TSA, but this time we walk on, and as I got this look on my face, we're in the front row. There was a lady on the plane already in our row, and she had a visor hat with the D on. So we're sitting there and they start talking, and I'm just looking around, and she goes, oh, obviously from Detroit. Yeah. And at this time, OG's still looking. Why are we, is this is the right plane, right? Because we're not supposed to be boarding yet. So she's telling this lady, and we go, she goes, you're going to Detroit, right? She goes, no, we're not going to Detroit. And we're like, well, where are we going? She goes, I don't know. I don't care. I'm retired. And I just started laughing. She looks at me. I go, I'm with you. And she's like, we're going to Shanghai. I don't know. So it just was so much fun, man. But just the whole event, just getting there that first time. Skyler picked us up, and
Hell yeah.
Heidi says, "How did you guys meet?" And the way we met was by me reaching out, man. Just like my old man before he left this earth, he said, "Son, if you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no." So that's why I always say, I don't care who you are as far as a future guest. I don't care how big you are on a celebrity level or how mean or terrible things I've heard about you from other hosts or how great you are. I'm gonna if I want you on the show, I'm gonna ask you to come on the show. So I've seen Skyler. I've obviously heard about him and Kayla and the music and all that stuff. So I'm like, well, shit, I'm gonna reach out. If he says no, he says no. So I sent a message. I said, listen, here's the deal. We'd like to have you on the show. And he responded, yeah, I'd love to do it. So we get it all set up. And about 2 hours before the show, we're listening to more of the music. And now we're going back and forth. And I just kept telling OG, I'm like, just listen to this, man. With Skyler comes in with his rap and Kayla with her voice. It was insane. So we come on to do the live and we're in the green room talking. And as soon as we started talking, OG's like, how are you sure you guys haven't known each other forever?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we met. And it just clicked.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I go, listen, man, we got to keep in touch. He's like, oh, definitely. And the back of my mind, I'm like, this would be a great show. So that night I'm sitting there thinking, and I go, and all of a sudden Music and Mayhem just popped in my head. So I called them. I go, got an idea if you're interested. What do you think about doing the show together, Music and Mayhem? That's how and here we are.
You never know unless you ask, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really awesome that it did come together. And then we got a chance to meet. We got a chance to have a lot of fun. We played Monopoly. Manny went out first.
Yeah.
OG
Yo,
ended up winning.
I don't ever want to
Kayla
play that
took
game.
me out. But we got it done. We played Monopoly, and no, I'm just joking, guys. Manny tore us apart. Manny tore us apart. He got Park Place, and on top of that, he got Boardwalk like early on. And if you Google the percentages of if you get Boardwalk and Park Place right away,
You're gonna win.
I think there's like a 70, if not higher chance for you to win the game, especially if you're like the original owner and didn't inherit it through like a takeover. I see Patty on here. Hey, Skyler Ray, sorry I can't hang with you guys tonight. Getting ready to go to a meeting. Have a great show. Thank you so much, Patty. She said she was talking with somebody in Florida. She's over by Palm Bay, Florida, and they were talking about me. And Patty mentioned that she loved that I interact with everybody on my page.
That's right.
And
That's
so
right.
I appreciate you very much, Patty. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for your kind words. As you guys know, I try to respond to everything. The only comments that probably go unresponded is in a live, but I'm looking at them. I'm reading them as we go. And that's just because sometimes there's a lot of people on the live and it racks up like anywhere from 200 to 400 comments. And if I reply to every single comment, it will ban me. I've had some posts take off and I reply too quickly to post. And then after like 150, 200 comments, it bans me from commenting for 24 days or for 24 hours. And it can go worse and worse and worse like that's the only restrictions I've ever had on Facebook was commenting too much because I take it as spam. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I'm just replying to you guys, I take it as spam. And then therefore I can't comment on any of my posts when I drop any new posts. Therefore, it will tank the algorithm. So any Facebook Live, I will try to reply. I might reply to some comments here and there, but I'm definitely reading them, guys. I'm definitely reading them. That's why we like to pop them up on here. But any other posts, I reply to every single comment, guys. I love you guys so much.
Well, then why doesn't do anything? Because I'm replying to everybody.
Yeah, well,
it doesn't do that for me.
Yeah, we've never had issue with that.
No,
maybe I've had so many warnings before because sometimes I'll be like, drop your clean dates, and I'll get like 1,000 comments.
Oh, okay.
And then maybe I'm just in a row. Maybe also I'm thinking because maybe it's comment after comment after comment after comment versus maybe 100 or 2 stretched out over an hour. Also, I get a lot like. I have people drop their clean dates all the time on my Skyler Davis page. So all the pages are linked. Any page that I control will get banned from comments.
Oh.
And so, like, sometimes, like, I have posts that I respond to 300 or 400 comments in a row, and it's just it dinks me. So I'm always afraid of over commenting, guys.
Well, I'm not sure what's going on with Heidi. It says, "Am I the only? Am I on the wrong channel? Because I'm not seeing any comments." Well, there's a shitload of comments, Heidi. So
Heidi, I see
unless
you on
you're
here.
on, yeah.
So what's happening is you're on YouTube. I see a YouTube logo next to your
Oh
name.
yeah, go to
A lot of our
okay.
viewers are on Facebook,
Facebook.
spread out through the Skyler Davis channel, Skyler Ray. Also, the Skyler Ray and the Dreamers is going to be in there. You might be seeing it from My Fighter of War. You
You're
might
gonna
be
see
seeing it
Manny
from Music
Vitale.
Mayhem,
Mhm.
Manny's page. So we have like 6 different pages on Facebook the comments are coming from. But on YouTube, there's usually 1 lone or 2 lone warriors on there.
Yeah.
And and that's spread out between a couple YouTubes. So you might be the only one in there, Heidi, but you
Well,
are not
thank
alone.
you.
I promise you
Let
that.
me run
Thank
over,
you,
let me run over
Heidi.
there and say
But
hello.
pop on over. But we see you, and but you can't if you can't see the other ones, man. Just pop on over to either one of our pages, and you're gonna because like you said, they're all linked together. So,
Absolutely.
so Heidi, thank you, man. And Caleb's here. Are you able to? Are you on your phone? Or are you on the? Are you able to click them, or what happens? You can
I can
see.
definitely click them. Yeah, I could click 'em.
Let's see what happens.
No, I could click.
The reason if something strange happens, folks, and everything goes haywire, yeah, not a problem. Our IT guys were here today, and redoing my setup on our side in the studio in Detroit to the point now, effective immediately, we can now do our setups for in-person live shows. So I am beyond grateful because now the setup, I am basically like the splitter. So I could,
Basically, Batman, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm Batman. And I'm able to switch everything as far as the camera, the shots, the angles, but not the angles, but they were able to reconfigure things. And he just said, be very careful about who's doing what and all that stuff. I don't know shit about IT. So I just was telling Skyler what they told me. But yeah, but we're good as far as all this goes. And I cannot wait for you guys to see the first episode that's going to be so much better. Just the way the content looks. Because I don't want to put shit out there. And it's going to be able to isolate the guest. So the cameras are all going to be running, but I'm going to be able to switch them to the guest, to me, back to both. So it's just the way the content's being presented. And I just want to present it to you guys the way you deserve, which is absolutely the best. So that's that.
I just had the mic next to Pound Cake, so if you heard her sniffing and licking, now you know what's up.
She's
But
like Uncle Manny.
I see OG on here. She is showing you some love, Heidi. So you are never alone. I promise you that.
Yeah, I went over to YouTube to
I
spend a
see
moment with her.
Nicole Bratney, our favorite brat.
Our girl.
She's having a hard time deciding what we want to eat. It might be hard to pick some food from Time Out, Brat. I promise you that.
Yeah,
It might be hard to find it, right? No, let me know what you about to eat because it is going to be dinner time after this, and I need to whip something up. So let me know what you guys are planning on eating tonight, because I might just copy that. Nikki said, "Hey, you guys, I'm at work, but still wanted to say hi and show my love." Thank you so much, Nikki. Thank you for being a part of our family. We love you.
Yeah, and we definitely ate. We did have
Shrimp.
a nice night where we were able to get a fire going. That was really nice.
That was beautiful.
So we had that going for us, and then we had 2 good nights or days where the weather was cooperating with us. But even on the cloudy overcast, I don't care, man. You saw we were out there. I was out in the rain and shit. Loved it. Did my little walks I think it was Brandon or someone saw those. But in the middle of that, we ate. And it's people that really know me. I love to eat. And I can honestly say when it comes to breakfast, Skyler cooked up some of the Skyler Ray scrambled eggs, and of course bacon, which Pound Cake.
She loved it. She loved it. You guys, if you guys know, I am always the breakfast person. What you guys probably don't know, I cook breakfast, lunch, and I don't really eat lunch, but I cook breakfast and dinner over here, right? And with that being said, I got these scrambled eggs that are on point. On top of that, I also have my potatoes in the air fryer, and you got to season them just right. But I make it work, and it comes out wonderful. And yes, we had bacon and so much more. So it,
And
it,
it
it was a
was,
great time, man. It was a great time. Manny, how so now that you're getting back, you're getting adjusted, do you think you're going to be able to learn your new system?
I tell you what, shout out to Jeremy. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Because with these guys, when I say that me and IT, I mean, you want to see some, pissed off and yelling and shit. And it's not at anyone. It's just I hate freaking computers. I hate the IT part. I love this part. So that's why I'm smart enough to know what I don't know. But they dumb it up for me with the list and show me exactly what to do. And yeah, I am so looking forward to this because it's all about the people, the guests, the family. And yeah, so it's going to be really good. I cannot wait to get the first couple out there just to show and then work on
How are you
everything. 'Cause
gonna
I know there's going to
how are you gonna record your in home? Are
what
you
those
doing
are
it through StreamYard still?
going to go through StreamYard, and the whole thing's going to be done. Separate, both cameras will be going nonstop, obviously. And right now we're doing just the lives in here, but obviously at the end, you still go to Facebook, you still go to, and you can see them, so I can share those out. But when it comes to dropping ones that are going to be recorded, I'm just going to go to the record, send the whole process to our producer Matt Cronin in New York, and then he's going to go through the editing process of going to the camera angles, going to which camera, and then popping things in and out as well.
And make him earn his keep.
Don't piss off OG, man. But no, really, it's simple enough. And for the people who like, for you and people who do this shit, I mean, it's a piece of cake, man. It's no big, but for me, the littlest thing that I figure out, and if it comes to giving me something like, here, read this and follow that, screw that. I'm going to get pissed because I'm not going to get it or comprehend it, because I got to read something like 5-10 times over just to comprehend it and to retain it. But when I watch and I see people, man, it's like the memory. I need to see it done and then redo it. And once I get the hang of it, man, I got it. So, but yes, to answer your question, I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, it's going to be good.
If you recall, in the medical profession, it's see one, do one, teach one. So
What
you
she
see
said.
one, you do one, and then you teach one, and then it's in your head.
Fair
It's
enough.
there.
Fair enough. Now you got it. Now you got it, Manny. So everything you are learning, you are going to be able to do yourself. And you ain't going to need no IT guy. You just got to figure it out, Manny.
And we got Skyler, besides all the stuff he's doing for Music and Mayhem and all that stuff. And also the clips now that you see, he's doing those through a device that we went in on for our show and for My Fight Our War and for We Do Recover. All those clips that you see, Skyler's doing those and putting them to our platforms. Well, not only that, but now, instead of telling everyone where you can find us, it'd probably be easier to say where you can't, because now, because of the what is it, the distribution company that we have working for us, is we're hitting everything, man. Spotify, iTunes, Apple,
wherever
Amazon,
you can find podcasts,
wherever. Yeah. And so and it was quick, man. We did it one night, whatever time it was, late afternoon, put it together. The next, was it that morning or whenever it was, I did a live, and you looked and you said it may take, they even tell you it may take a certain, for that first one to go through to make sure it's approved. Within 14 hours, it was done, and it was distributed to all the sites, all the platforms.
It's moving. And just, I don't know if it's been uploaded yet, Manny. I don't know if that one's been uploaded. It could still be working on it. I know maybe the Facebook you can find through Google and stuff. But I'll check when we get done. Either way, it'll be.
Let us know.
Either way, it don't matter. Just know that it is moving. And if it ain't right now, you're going to be able to find us on every single major platform that you could listen to podcast at, guys. You're going to be able to find Messing with Manny, his lives that he does on there. on top of that,
Totally
you can
forgot
go
about
ahead.
that.
Yeah, messing with Manny.
I actually totally forgot. Because we've got My Fight Our War,
Uh,
Music and Mayhem that we're doing, and you guys know how I go live all the time during the day. I actually forgot about.
So we
the third
labeled
show.
that. instead of
Yeah,
just-
because it was labeled. But now there's going to be a third show. It's called Messing with Manny, and it's going to be
That's all your lives, isn't it?
it's going to be all the lives.
Yeah.
It's going to be a collaboration of anything goes. And what I do then is I just let Skyler know, and that all goes to, along with like this tonight, is going to go and be distributed to all our platforms. So one thing I did is I just went in and Googled it, said music and or My Fight Our War, Music and Mayhem, Skyler and Manny Vitale, and our names. Boom. It brought up every single site. It brought up all the ones that you
I
mentioned.
think Manny, I think that might just be our SEO, because what we uploaded so far is Messing with Manny, so it's not any of those two shows. So that would be my assumption, is that every site that we're on, because if we label it through TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all these different things, so it's gonna pop up on Google if you search Music or Mayhem or My Fight or War. So it will come up on a bunch of sites. But as far as like the only one we uploaded so far is Messing with Manny. And I think
Okay.
that might have to get approved, but we will find out. Either way, we are all good.
Well,
You could find us.
You know what? What site would it be on right now? Which one of them?
It would
If I
be-
were to check right now, would it be like Spotify and
Yeah,
Um,
it would be on
let me
Spotify.
look while you guys are
yeah,
you guys are there. Let me
because
look.
I got it right here. Spotify.
Oh,
OG, you look it up. OG, you
I am.
look
I'm
it up.
looking right now. On
Well, actually,
Spotify.
the one that pops up is My Fight Our War,
Oh, My Fight Our Wars.
and
there.
it's got all the and then Music and Mayhem. But yeah, we'll like Skyler said, man. We'll go into that as well. But the bottom line is about it. The thing about it is you can now find us on all the platforms, man.
Yes, you can.
It is. I tell you, when I saw that, as far as because what I was doing before was keeping it separate. When I would do a like My Fight or War, it'd be only My Fight or War, the title and description, because that's what it was.
Okay.
But then for some reason I just switched it, and every single time it's now My Fight or War, Music and Mayhem. And because we talk, even if it's just me, I talk about both of our shows.
Yeah.
And sure as shit, man. Now when I look, it's right there. It's got both our names, both menus, both platforms.
Yeah.
And I totally freaking forgot about the third one. And it's got my freaking name on it. Messing with Manny. And when you said that, I'm like, what's that? Oh, and now you know why I've got OG and Skyler doing everything. Now you know why. There is proof right there why I am not allowed to schedule people.
Mhm.
And that's some funny
Manny's
shit,
over
man.
here slacking.
Well, I'm right on point, man. I'm doing exactly what I don't do, and that's being responsible. So
Well, there's a couple of Music and Mayhems, and it's neither one of us. There's two of them. It's not us.
well,
That's
did
on
you-
Spotify.
Okay, but did you make sure?
And I
always
looked
put
at it-
Mandy. Did you put our names as well with it?
It,
No.
it's
Because we
all-
gotta
all
put
the
our
one
names.
we've uploaded so far is Messing with
Yeah.
Manny. So if
Yeah,
you can't
that's the only
find that,
one
then it's not.
Okay, it's not there then.
So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Skyler, it would
My
actually.
Fight is though.
I freaking forgot. I'm not even joking around about this.
It said it could take up to a week to get approved, the podcast.
Okay.
And then after
Yeah.
that, you could upload stuff, episodes, and then it'll take about 24 hours from there.
Good.
So,
We're on our way.
So what you
You're on your
Googled
way.
and found, Manny, is just our SEO. That
Yeah.
just means we're on top of SEO and everywhere else is pinging. But the
exactly.
official podcasts have not been set up yet, or the Messing with Manny has not been approved.
Okay.
So when I do those, all I got to do is, or
Sure.
for people that wanted to see the lives during the day for the Messing with Manny, they would just type in Messing with Manny, right?
It should, yeah.
Yeah. So once it's done,
Yeah.
once it's
Once
done.
it's approved.
That okay. Yeah. See
Good.
that's why I didn't remember, because I knew it wasn't up yet. If it was up, I would have remembered. So
Okay.
I'll give you that, Manny. I'll give you that.
oh man.
Hey, we had cakes outside last night working off that bacon, OG.
Oh, she went into food coma so
Aw.
many times, man. But you know what? Since we just been rambling on about whatever, man, these last 44 minutes, what what, besides you guys, of course, with all of the anniversaries and sober dates and birthdays and just special occasions, please drop those in always and anytime you want. I saw, do you have the
What are you looking for, Manny?
questions that you sent over? If
Yeah, I
you've
can
got
load
that
them up. 1 second.
now, because I
got
sent a couple.
Well, load one.
I
Well,
got
no,
you. I got you, Manny.
I don't think mine went because he came on before I
Oh.
hit send.
Oh,
Manny,
This is it
Manny,
right here.
Manny. All right, check it out. So I'm gonna fire this one off. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, I thought.
And you guys
Oh,
drop your answers in the comment section. If you had a superpower,
Yep.
what would it be?
damn. Go ahead, OG. You take that one first. Yeah, I gotta think of something here.
Check it out. So if I had a superpower, my superpower would be to get rid of all the hate in the world. To get rid of everybody being angry and hateful towards each other. I think it's okay for people to be angry and have feelings and emotions. I think that's normal. I think it's okay for also people to express that they are upset, right?
Yeah.
Because we should be able to. Not everything's perfect. Not everything's always great, right? Things do happen, but it's how you deal with it is what matters, right? And so my superpower would be I think to take away all the hate. I think it would take all the way the hate. I know a lot of people would say maybe cure like, AIDS or cancer or, make people perfectly healthy or maybe bring back people from the dead or things like that, or world hunger. But I think mine would take away all the hate because I
Trisha
would
says
love,
forgiveness.
huh?
Trisha Gibson says her superpower would be forgiveness.
That's a good one.
to be
That's
able
a
to
good
forgive
one.
people. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. But here's the reason why is because, I think of everything. I think people would be a lot kinder. I think also if you take away the hate, I think we'd be able to make a lot more progress in the world. We'd be able to take care of like third world countries, not just us, but other countries. I think we would just be a lot better as humanity. On top of that, you guys, I never really bring up politics because everybody's always angry from both
Right.
sides.
What do
That
you
is
think?
one thing that scares me away from politics. I'm not gonna lie, I don't vote. I don't do any of that. I stay far away from it, man. I have people and friends that try to pull me into it, and I've never had no interest because of the way people act. Because one side, it don't matter who wins. There's going to be angry people. There's going to be hateful people, upset about everything, right? And I wish we lived in a world where people didn't hate each other and we could come together and unite and come up with common goals that would actually help the people. Not everything, I'm not saying everything would have to execute perfectly, but what I'm saying is we could sit down, don't matter what side you are, don't matter what your color is, don't matter what your race is, and we can get along and figure out solutions around the world. Therefore, my superpower would be to get rid of hate. What would yours be, Manny?
See, I'm still not sure.
Well, while
man,
he's
'cause
thinking, let me
with
talk about Katie's. Katie says and you can tell she's a mother, being a super mom with 12 hands, so she could do everything at once.
God bless you,
So we
man.
know the mothers in the world understand that.
Yeah,
You could tell she's a mother on that one.
maybe she. You know what? I still don't know, but just thinking about it because looking at this, just that hate thing, because I'm looking at it through some very sinister eyes right now.
Yeah.
Because the hatred that I had towards first myself, but then towards other people, and there's different levels. You could hate someone. I mean, just the word hate, you're going to take it different levels. Hate someone to the point where you want to do unspeakable violence to the person. You could hate someone to the point you don't want to hear that person. So to get rid of that, it might be avoidance, whatever that might be. But I get what you're saying, man, and that's totally great because then you could put that aside and have a discussion and try, and you still may not, just like I tell people all the time when I say I love controversy because it brings about conversation. You still may not, I mean, from the beginning, you may have hated my ass before the conversation and the controversy. But like you said, now you and me come together and we're still, instead of the hatred to the point where we're shooting and stabbing and killing, you at the end of the conversation, it might be, you know what? I still can't stand you, Manny. I fucking hate you. Or I don't, but you know what? I see your point of view. So you know what? Let's that progress. So
I would love for love to be in the world, for everybody to just get along, because like it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what your background is. It don't matter what your beliefs are, your political beliefs. It don't matter what your religion is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
everybody has something beautiful to add to this earth.
yeah.
And, you know, it don't matter what your education is. Like, there is people that have good ideas out there that could really make a contribution to society and make it change. And if we just stop listening and looking with hate, maybe we might be able to make a difference and see how our lives would improve. Not only that, but like, you know, people getting beat up or killed or all these things that happen off of hate. You know, imagine like war. You know, and I seen Felicity, she said, you know, racism. Imagine if that was gone, if that was eradicated from the problems on earth. I
Mhm.
totally think like, you know, people will be happy. We'd be able to come together and figure out how we could solve world hungry, right? Or world hunger. If it wasn't like, I hate this country or these people or, you know, things like that. It's like, why can't we? There's so many smart people and there's so many of us. Why can't we
Well,
come together for the better humanity?
because we're all individuals, man. And the
All
thing
in,
is, just like you were talking about, because me, you never hear me talk about
yeah,
religion or politics in a way that, I mean, I take that back. You do hear me talk about, because I talk about mine all the time.
yeah.
About me, you'll never hear me say, you need to be Catholic like me and believe my beliefs. Never. I always tell you, whatever your belief in religion, God bless you, and that's great. But it just, as individuals, man, you're going to have so many different levels, and there's such a big broad brush. Okay, we're going to get rid of this, but then people at different levels and their views, it's no matter what is said, it's just like you said, I'm right, you're wrong. Well, why? And then you could take the same argument, flip it about a situation of the same things that just happened on that same person, and it's just unfortunately, I mean, if that could be a superpower, that'd be an amazing one. I did anyone else pop on with theirs? 'Cause-
Candace, no, she said people seem to be more hungry anymore, and that seems to be at the top of their priorities. And I agree. And I'm not saying we all got to get along. I'm not saying we all got to listen to each other's ideas. But can you
just to the
imagine
level,
if
just
someone, if we didn't hate each other, if we didn't attack somebody because they voted one way or they
Mhm.
decided one thing? It's like, I see both political parties going bananas. You know what I'm saying?
oh
Like,
yeah,
you know, you got the left side burning Teslas because somebody bought a car that was better for the economy, because they hate Elon. Now they're jumping people. They're hurt. I've had somebody get jumped because they drive a Tesla, somebody I know, and all these crazy things. And it's like, I get people are upset, but you're doing that. You're attacking somebody who's not involved because they hate somebody else.
yeah.
But
And the
10
thing
years
is,
ago, everybody was like, this is great for the economy. Everybody wanted one. And now, because they hate somebody, people are getting their personal property
yeah,
Didn't they do that
destroyed.
with Nike shoes at one time or
you know
something?
what? All you
It's
got
kind of they were angry at something and
Yeah,
started burning
yeah,
the
you
shoes.
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
All
but
types
really?
of stuff.
the bottom,
Even
that's the
like,
bottom
you
line.
know, the other side, like both sides are, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely nasty towards each other. And
yeah.
it's like, you don't have to get along, but why is everybody nasty? Our
Because
different
everyone wants to
countries
be right,
refuse to get along with each other, and like the hate
yeah.
and the vulgar and the way they talk to like other people. It's like, what makes them so bad? Just because they're Muslim, or because, you know, they're Canadian, or because they're from Australia, or from Mexico? It's like, why do people hate each other?
Well, we'll
And so,
never
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, it just, I mean, I love it to be in a world like that,
Yeah,
where you could just say, I wish there was no hate and just peace and love.
yeah,
I mean, that would just take care of the world,
So
man.
what you do is do it one person at a time
That's
because you
what I'm
can't
saying.
do the world.
You know, uh,
So take
yes,
care of the person next to
you
you.
know,
absolutely.
and my superpower would be for me to focus 100% on me being the best version of
There
me.
you go.
So then I can try
That
to
will help
take
the
that
world.
version
Yes,
and not make you be like me, but by my actions and what I do and what I say, make you want to be like me. As an option, like, you know what, Manny, all the terrible things he did and all that he made, and I'm not saying just that. You asked me, my superpower, that would be mine, to be the absolute best version in a positive way that I could be, that way, and not to force my opinion on someone that way, not to force, do this or not to force to do that, but for someone to see the actions and then all of a sudden say, hey man, did you hear that? Or did you see that? I never looked at it that way. I'm going to give that a try instead of being, this negative or that angry. I'll try it. So if I could get one person to agree with, some of the things, then that would be cool with me. So
Absolutely.
that'd be mine.
OG, what's your superpower before we go to the next topic? You got one?
Well, it kind of goes, well, there's so many that I would love to have, but I would say good health for everybody.
That's beautiful.
You
yeah,
know?
because
if you have good health,
you got
1,000 problems. But if you have bad health, you only have one problem.
That is very
Okay.
true.
Because
That is
everything
straight
else
coming from a nurse.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it makes sense. I absolutely agree. There's a lot of stuff I would have chose too as well that I would love to choose, like end world hunger or everybody
Yeah,
perfect health. There's so many good ones, and there is no wrong ones. I think, man, if one of us had one of those superpowers, would be in a great shape. Another one is Manny. You got 4 hours left to live. Okay, you got
Wow.
4 hours left to live, Manny. You've been there before. I get it.
Hey, wait, I've had this
Check it out.
before.
So
Been there.
here's the
And
thing.
nothing.
What this is revolving around is you get one last meal. What
Okay,
would you have?
bam.
What would you have? And also you could select two people. Who would you want to? Now we're not gonna do the people thing, but check it out. What would you have for your last meal? What would you have for your last meal?
This is going to be very generic in the food wise, but since it's my last meal, I want the never-ending buffet.
Is that what you want? But what type of food?
Well,
What's in the never-ending buffet, though? I mean,
it's
where
just
at?
nonstop food. And as far as the buffet, you got every single kind of food. So if the people that know me are going, that fucker, he's gonna have pasta, he's gonna have pizza, he's gonna have steak.
You're gonna have meatloaf
So we
after
can
this.
take you to hometown buffet for your last meal.
That's what I was gonna say, man. That would be my last meal would be the ultimate buffet meal where I could just go around. But yeah, that was kind of spooky when you said if you only have if you would have said you only got 6 weeks to live,
Been there,
done that.
But then you would have more than one meal.
Oh
So-
yeah, shit. Let's see. Shit.
What would you have for dessert?
Of all the meals that I hear people are thinking, these great prime rib and all that stuff. I love pizza, and I love pasta and all that. So for last one, man, I'll give me that deep dish pizza with extra, a little bit of hot pepper seeds and shit.
So let me rephrase it. What would be your death row meal? Because we can't have a buffet in prison like that. So what would be your death row meal? They roll up and they're like, man, you fill out this paper. We're going to bring your last meal before you're done with.
Wow.
That'd be, shit. At that point, I'd really, just give me that old deep dish pizza. Yeah.
Is that what you would want? Like a Chicago?
Yeah. Just
have you had a Chicago deep dish?
Well, I didn't say Chicago. Screw that, because I've had people tell me, where I was in a certain area and actually was told this where I was, you got to go here and get their pizza. You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly.
And we were at this location and we were told this, you
this
got to go there. You got to go there.
Everybody, it's the best.
Yeah. We were teased because it was late at night after a lot of filming, doing shows, and ordered a Domino's. And the people were like, you are literally or like a mile away from this place with this pizza. Everyone knows about it. So, of course, the next trip to New York, we went there and ordered a pizza, brought it back, and we're eating. And I was like, it's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't like, oh, this tastes like
Nice
shit.
pizza.
But it was like, and I go, to be honest, I was fine with the Domino's over.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, I love pizza, man. But
You got 4 deep dish in the freezer right now.
So
You're ready to go.
all right. So what's yours?
Oh, a ribeye with a large cap, and the cap is that meat right on the top of it. Okay, because I'll just leave it at that. Because
Oh God, she was gonna get into one of those.
I was gonna go
actually.
into those actually.
Well, you know-
OG, you can't convince me your last meal would be a ribeye and have it be pink in the middle. Because girl, you didn't eat that, so
Oh.
don't convince me that would be your last meal.
But red meat fills me up real fast.
Red
Okay,
meat
so
is
you got
good.
the
Red
ribeye.
meat, I can feel it, but it's got to
So
have
what
it
would
large.
what would your sides be? So you got your ribeye, got
sides,
your cap.
double baked potato.
Oh,
There you
are
go.
we talking
Oh,
about
no,
like cut
Felicity.
open
When you cut open, you
you're
can't
talking
scoop it out with
Give me all the ice
cheese
cream.
and
bacon
sour
and sour
cream
cream?
and bacon and oh yeah.
I love
Okay.
Felicity.
Okay.
Shit, I'm a diabetic. Give me all the ice cream. That's
Hey,
a good one. I
hey,
like
I
that.
think
Felicity, good
mine would.
job,
So, what would your
man.
Last
dessert
year,
be?
what the
What
hell?
OG,
now we're back.
OG, what would your dessert be? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just trying to think.
Oh, okay, okay.
Probably a fruit tart.
A fruit tart. Oh, what
Remember how
type
I
of
got
fruit?
Oh,
it's like it's a small pastry
Mhm.
with like a cream filling and like fruit on top of it. You can't get it or a baked Alaska. There you go.
I don't know what a baked Alaska is. I know what a fruit tart is. I've had quite a bit. What's a baked Alaska?
Baked Alaska is ice cream and then cake on the outside, and they bake it. But they like the ice cream is so frozen, and it's got this like meringue on the outside. It actually is meringue, and you cut into
Ooh.
it, so you got the meringue and you got the ice cream in the middle. But the
That
baked,
sounds amazing.
you know how you cook a marshmallow and gets nice and brown and crispy and
Yes,
sweet.
and it's gooey on the
Right,
inside.
right. So you got the marshmallow top and the ice cream in the middle.
I
And
love.
I think I've had it once in my
man,
life.
that's
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And I see
good.
Bill Stacks in here. Shout
Little
out to Bill
Stack
Stacks.
chat
Hey,
with
Bill.
Stacks. My
You
man,
guys, so
chatting with Stacks.
my last meal, I think would have to be some pasta. Some pasta.
Oh
I
yeah.
love pasta, right? Some pasta from Italy. Um, I like a good steaks, but there's a lot of steaks that I don't like. Or not that I don't like, but there's just it wouldn't be my pick
Okay.
just because there's a lot of steaks that like there's a lot of grit and stuff like that. But I think some pasta would be nice. Uh, maybe some ice cream. Some ice cream, maybe like a banana
Maybe.
split for dessert.
He's
I know you have ice cream. Check it out. We
Yeah.
got ice cream on vacation, and Manny's just on the couch eating it out the tub.
yeah.
That's normal.
That
That's
is-
normal
Doesn't
for him.
everybody?
That's
I mean,
it.
the carton's just freaking big, man. It's like, you want a bowl? For
No.
what? There's another carton in there for you. But
Yeah.
that was that was good, man. What was I gonna say?
Bill
Meal or
Stacks.
No, I would say, but there was something when I was going over when I was
Dessert?
seeing all the
Oh.
just the questions. There was one that I had that just popped in my mind for some reason.
Oh, see, Felicity liked fried ice cream, right?
Oh yeah,
Right. But it's got the marshmallow or
I'm getting hungry now, man. This was a
I know.
bad topic.
Hey, you know how hard it is for me not to get in my phone? I want to text Kayla. I was like, are we doing Panda?
man.
Are we doing Smoky Heart tonight? The pizza place.
Oh,
I know I want to text her because like I know
okay.
we're throwing out a roast, and I was like, I can make fajitas.
Let's see.
I
Okay,
want
what?
some-
Let's see. Let's go. One more
I'm
question.
hungry now.
Let's get it away from food. What was that
All right.
one? It was.
You want me to grab another subject?
I had one. But for some reason it didn't send to you, but I got it. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh well, I'll just kind of wing it. Like for us, we just got back from the undisclosed location, and me when I go to certain places, like the scenery, because here I go up north to northern Michigan, it is absolutely gorgeous. But I got to drive up to certain areas for the mountains, the trees, the woods, the swamps, and all that stuff. Being towards inner city, here seeing Oregon with the mountains and all that, Connecticut with the beautiful scenery. Like for me, I was thinking, man, where are some of the places like one that sticks out, like for where
you've been?
Where is some place that you've been that when people are talking, I've been here. Is there one place that, even though you've been to many, many amazing places, do you have one place that was like, you know what? And it may not even be the nicest, the best or something, but there was something about a certain location that really was like, damn, that's something amazing.
Yeah. Well, I my favorite location. I got two different ones. My favorite location is probably in the United States is Miami, Florida. There's nothing like being on Ocean Drive with that button-up shirt and your belly hanging out, smoking a cigar, having a nice plate of food next to the ocean. And it's 80 degrees outside at 1 a.m. Like that is hard to beat, the beautiful white sand. It is just beautiful there. So Miami, Florida takes the cake for me. For inside the United States, outside the United States, there's a few. You know, I would say maybe Napoli, Italy. That was really beautiful. There was some really cool, just scenery, the food, everything. I really loved. It was really cool because we got like we were docked there all day, and then we went to Pompeii. But we got a chance to spend like an Italy hour back in Napoli. And we got a chance to run around the markets really fast, and it was really beautiful because I loved it. It must have been like the excitement and the adrenaline. Like you got an hour. We seen like Neptune's fountain. On top of that, we seen a bunch of different other beautiful places, but it was like, oh, I want some pizza. Got to have some pizza while we're in Italy. And we look up and there's pizza. And as we're getting ready to walk in, someone's passing us with little ice cream things. And Kayla's like, we got to try that. And I was like, all right, let's get our pizza. And we walk out and it's right across the street. And there's that. And then there was something else that we wanted to have before we went. And that was like a block up. And so like, we found all these locations that we wanted within like 15, 20 minutes. And we got a chance to like eat our ice cream at Neptune's fountain, all these different things like that. So I would say Napoli was probably the most beautifulest place for me that I like. Sicily was cool. Sicily was too much more of like an island for me. I don't know. I loved it. I loved it. Just like I love Maui and stuff, but it's an island, right? I don't know. So probably Napoli and Miami, Florida. What about you, Manny?
Well, mine are very, very, very limited because I really haven't gone anywhere. I've been pretty much up until no, seriously. The only places I've really been, the first time I went anywhere on a plane, I think I was 22. The first time I ever got on a plane, I went to Vegas. And then I went to Florida. And then I went nowhere for 15, 20 years or more. So mine is very, very limited. But it's not so much even like a different state or it's just for me, and it's a homebody, a homer kind of a thing. I just love being in the woods so much and being out in the trails and just hearing nothing except nature. Because I'd go hunting with me and my brothers Rick and Jay up in Hillman or northern Michigan. And even it's like depending on where I go, it's either a 4-hour drive or an 8-hour drive, and just it's like heaven. I there's a few times I actually teared up just being in my home state, my hometown of Michigan, northern Michigan, out in the woods, because it just, no matter where I'm at out there, my mind can go wherever I want it to go because it's so beautiful and so peaceful. I'll just sit there and I'll see people that are no longer here. I'll see the beautiful sights right in front. I went deer hunting one time, and I'm sitting in my blind. And as I'm sitting there, all of a sudden it started to snow, and like the big flakes, like you would see in a snow globe. And it was just a beautiful day. And all of a sudden I look and I see a couple big doe come walking in right into the clearing. Got my gun ready and I'm watching. And all of a sudden I look off to the side, a big ass buck comes in. And then I look and I had within a very small area, this clearing, I had 6 deer. And then all of a sudden I hear this noise off literally about 5 feet to my right. And I looked and there were 2 fawn that walked right by my blind, didn't scent me or nothing, walked right out in front, and I beaten down. And all of a sudden I felt my eyes watering, and I just slowly put my gun down and just sat there looking at the scenery and how beautiful it was. And I thought about Jerry, who's no longer here. And it was just, and it's just an experience. And I know it's not, I mean, I asked the question, man, and it's probably not the answer that maybe people were expecting, but it's just,
it's your answer.
It's the place. It's the place and what it meant to me. And because what it brought to me, and just the sounds of hearing that wind whip through the trees, and you can hear it before you feel it. And yeah, so that's it for me. Being out in the woods in northern Michigan was, and then of course now seeing things, those mountains were insane. In Oregon, where I fly, and I'm looking out, and I didn't know what anything was. Mount St. Helen, Mount Hood, it was just incredible.
Absolutely. What about you, OG?
Oh, very easy.
Oh God, she's flown over the ocean 42 times, so this ought to be good.
Probably one of the best times It was a bunch of girls. One of the most romantic times. It's very interesting because it was a bunch of us girls. We went to Giza where the pyramids are,
Mhm.
and the guy put us all on. Okay, if you've heard of Arabian horses, there's Egypt. They're all Arabian horses, and they took us out behind the pyramids. And as they have a sound and light show every night, where people are watching, but we were like behind the pyramids, and as the sun went down. And it was just beautiful. It was just we were just walking on the horses. And I'm not really a horseback rider. I said, give me some Valium or give the horse some Valium. But it was just beautiful. And it was just so romantic. I was like, this is so romantic. I'm with a bunch of women, but it didn't matter. It was the scenery and looking at this history, thinking these things have been there for 5,000 or more years. And here we are. It was just beautiful. We're on the horses and we're walking and the wind's blowing.
Yeah.
It was just beautiful. It was it was like being out in the woods, being out in the sand. It was like, okay.
Mhm.
I saw something interesting. It just reminded me of it. That's really amazing. I would definitely love to go. I was seeing a thing. Cleopatra was closer to seeing the iPhone being made than she was to being. She's closer to the iPhone
years wise,
right, than she was to the pyramids being made.
Correct. I saw that. That was very interesting to think because
she was like the goddess, like around, like she was like pyramid times, Yeah,
That's insane.
But they've been there a long. And what's really amazing, whenever you go there, there's some pyramids and called a place called Saqqara, and if you look down the side of the pyramid and the bricks that are in this pyramid, the one wall is so smooth, and you're thinking, how could they have these bricks so smooth down this wall 5,000 whatever 6,000 years ago? The engineering is overwhelming. The history itself, if you don't like history, you'll be amazed. If you like history at all, it will blow your friggin' mind.
That's awesome.
I seen a documentary on that. I heard they put a bunch of peanut butter on the wall and had a bunch of bulldogs lick it off. And that's how they get the texture nice and smooth.
Oh, well, they worship
out there,
they worship cats though, so it was probably cats licking the walls actually.
With their little sandpaper tongue.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Speaking of shout out, we got King Handsome. I see King Handsome there, and Tim Sheehan just put in. We're talking. I want prime rib, lobster, asparagus, strawberry, rhubarb crisp. I'm telling you, let's go to the next question. I mean, Tim, I'm with you, brother. I am, but man, I'm hungry. Okay, Jacqueline, and look at Heidi. Finally, I found a place where there's some comments. What the?
Which is funny because I saw Heidi say, I'm on Facebook now, but then I still saw the YouTube logo. So you see now she got an F by her name, Heidi Sullivan, right there. Right on the comment on the screen. I was gonna call her bluff because she said, where's she at? I know I seen it.
Oh, the one where she
said, I'm on Facebook now, and I was like, no, you ain't. No, you ain't. You're still on YouTube.
Heidi's got it was Mount Alaska.
Uh-huh.
That was
right
the
here,
one
look.
I see.
Look,
well,
you see the YouTube logo next to her H? Well, I'm on Facebook now, but it says YouTube, Heidi. So you weren't tricking nobody. We love you, but I'm gonna call you out. We love you.
Well, Heidi's like, man, who's calling who out, man? I'm in Alaska. I'm here. I even tried to use a prop at the airport and it didn't work. Heidi was onto us.
Yeah.
Jacqueline, how you doing, Jacqueline? Thank you for popping on as well.
Yeah, we
everybody on
appreciate
here.
You guys so much. Thank you guys.
Being handsome. Michelle, how is everyone? We are good. We're hungry now.
Yeah.
Thanks to Skyler's question,
ready,
man. It's like, oh my Felicity. Oh, you got the fried ice cream. Oh, did you see what she this is you, OG.
What? Where?
What's a baked Alaska?
Oh, because that's what I said. It's the ice cream.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear
it's
you.
meringue. Like the top of a lemon meringue pie. Meringue on top of the ice cream, and if you don't want to put it in the oven, you can actually take one of those flame things.
You mean like your bacon, Skyler? In the oven?
Yeah, so it is dangerous. It's
not dangerous.
Let Skyler tell the story.
Okay,
what did you see when you walked out of into the kitchen?
When you guys cook bacon, do you guys cook it on the stove or in the oven?
or in the microwave. That's another way.
I would
Over-
never cook bacon in the microwave.
Oh, I have.
That pig gave up his life. We are not about to cook it in
Oh
the
my God.
microwave.
And not only
Check it out. So, guys, do you guys cook your bacon on the stove or do you cook it in
Just
the
say,
oven?
how do you cook your bacon?
yeah.
OG cooked it in
Please
the
answer.
oven, and I was
the
like,
oven.
that is a major fire hazard, right?
No,
But OG, you know what I'm saying? She's from the Midwest.
no,
She don't care.
no.
She put me in a headlock and she asked me if I made my bed that morning, and I said no. I was too busy putting ice cubes in the coffee pot.
I came around the corner, man. I just heard punches, man. OG had my head like, oh shit.
I was screaming.
Man.
I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I had to tell her, you can't hit me there because things will break and I don't have health insurance.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I had to tell her to calm down. Tim said we got Skyler locked in with his beautiful bride for our convention in October. Nebraska, we are coming. Get your corn huskers ready because we are coming to Nebraska, baby.
I like. Wait, you know what? I'm not going to answer these. We already talked about food. I want to talk about food.
Iron
I am
skillet.
freaking hungry. Oh yeah, you got to get that black.
The cast iron skillet.
cast
Okay.
iron- oh,
You
God,
can do
yeah.
that, but it splashes.
Yeah.
You know.
You
There's
know what?
ways around it.
Can we
Hey,
please
what
move
do you
on
think that?
from the
What do you think
food?
that oil does? That grease does when it splashes in the oven?
It doesn't
That's a
splash
fire,
in the oven.
baby. That's
No,
a fire.
Okay.
It doesn't splash in
So
the oven.
anyway, let's see. Back to Monopoly.
Back to Monopoly.
I
I see what you two are doing here. You guys, we're
haven't
gonna change the
played.
subject, but drop your thoughts on how you cook bacon in the comment
I just
section.
want to talk food anymore, man.
Hey, fair enough. Fair
So
enough.
go ahead, drop your comments still, please. In fact, drop your comments about anything. If you have questions,
No, how
at
you cook your
all,
bacon.
if
That's
you-
what I want to
if
know.
you
We
have
wanna know
comments
this.
or
The people
questions
wanna know.
about Skyler or for me or for OG or Pound Cake or Wonder Dog Susie, if you have any questions, please drop them. And again, as always, if you're celebrating anything, please drop it. Or if there's just something like a topic, please always. I mean, this isn't just for today. This is for every show. If there's something you want to talk about. But we were talking, we had a,
Now I'm
a night where
starving.
it was pouring rain. I know, Tim, I'm telling you, no more. It was pouring rain and we were sitting there. Skyler, was like, all right, man, it's game night. We're like, cool. All right. So let's go. So I can't remember the last time I played Monopoly. So we're getting everything
okay, yeah.
situated. OG was the banker.
Mhm.
And let's see, what was I? I was the cat, obviously, for Wonder Dog. Skyler was
Oh,
a
gee, you got two
penguin.
ovens. You got two oven votes. Keep going.
Yep.
Skyler was
Thank
the
you,
penguin.
Brandon.
Kayla was a duck, and you were the ship.
The ship first.
So we
Cruises.
start off, and literally the first trip
The
around,
ship sank.
I go and like Skyler said, I land on Boardwalk. But anyways, I got Boardwalk, and it's been so long since I played. Skyler's like, bro, you seriously? And I was like, what? Okay, whatever.
I
It's
looked
been
at
that
it
long.
when I said you just won the game.
So, and when I ended then I drove OG nuts because everyone's got their money in nice little piles. Mine literally was just in a big, it looked like all you had to do was throw a match. It was kindling. So I had that going. And by the end of the game, I had 2 hotels on them. And poor Kayla, she had it and she owed me over $2,000. And long story short, yeah. Skyler, though, did do some scheming, and he mortgaged. When they say, man, you mortgaged the house, he mortgaged the house. He mortgaged houses he didn't have. He mortgaged houses he didn't own. And next thing you know, he came up with, bam, got the money, which was followed by one more roll. Game over.
Game over. Game over. We had that whole block hot. Half the board was, if you land on something, you are done.
You're done. But it was just that type. Nothing was planned, kind of like the time we met. And, we got to do a show with Michael Multhen from M2 Rock. That was M2 The Rock. M2
the Rock.
M2 The Rock. We got to do a show with him. It was awesome. Pastor Jim Downs, we got to do one. And we got to do some neat things. But most important, we just got to chill and talk. Yeah. And, enjoy Pound Cake and her antics and her amazing, never-ending noises.
Oh, yeah.
I swear to God, the noises. I mean, at first I thought it was all these guys making noises, and no, it was pound cake.
Uh-huh.
A bulldog does a lot of strange noises. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I didn't realize that.
Oh, she was so cool. And but yeah, it was a great time. And you guys it was fun. We had no one fooled. Everyone knew exactly where we were.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe not exactly.
Well,
but
I don't know.
close.
Some people
Oh.
probably guess they weren't gonna get it. Jack, hey, hold on. Jacqueline, I love you. And she said, if it's just myself, I microwave it.
Uh-huh.
You know what's crazy about that though? Hearing the
Microwave bacon?
Yes.
Did you ever?
Yes.
Did you know that you could just? I'm used to getting the bacon like you saw. You get the package, you cut it open from the freezer into the fridge, then you get it open up and you put it in the pan or oven or wherever. I was somewhere and they said, "Can you go grab the bacon?" I go, okay, so I open the fridge or the freezer. Like, oh no, I go, oh, okay, fridge. They're like, no, it's in the pantry. I'm like, it's in the pantry.
What is it? Bacon strips?
It was a box of bacon that you nuke. It was I was like,
Well, like freeze dried, so it couldn't
yeah,
go
you just
bad.
throw it in the microwave and it tastes like bacon.
Well,
I mean,
it probably is bacon.
Oh my god! But I've
Hell
never gone
Hell,
to.
you got.
Wait a
But,
minute,
but here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. People on the West Coast, Northwest,
Yeah.
we foodies, baby. We foodies. So we're very particular about the way things are cooked, are made, and everybody has their own preferences. But
Mhm.
Heidi has the best way to do it. She cooks bacon in ice cube trays.
What?
Okay.
I'll let you have that one, Heidi. I'm just glad you're on Facebook, honey.
I gotta
Good to see
find
ya.
it. I gotta find that.
What says right there?
In ice cube trays.
No idea, but you know what? That's okay because what we're going to talk about now. Because I'm done talking about food because I'm starving.
Well,
so,
your dinner's ready. By the
oh
way.
my god,
So,
yeah,
so
dinner.
let's end it. Let's end it with a song.
We
Yeah.
got to end it with a song. But
We're gonna end it with Heartbeat since it's me and Kayla's six years.
Okay,
Definitely.
very good, very
you know,
good.
but we got to come back, and there's so much that we still got that we really didn't dive into as far as the
Bacon
getaway. and then there was just two quick OG little facts that going on. She asked me one time, so we're sitting there, and she said, "You know what? Can you?" She goes, "Do you know what time it is outside?" So I sat there for a second, and I looked at her, and I said, "Well, you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say it's probably the same time on the inside." And she goes, "I bet what
temperature
is outside
doesn't matter."
So so I'm having fun.
Yeah.
I'm having fun. So then we go from there to she says, "Did you know that dryer's warm?" What? Did you guys know that the dryer gets warm? So, anyways, that's the end of OG there, and some of the things we will bring back more. But so
I keep him entertained. Okay.
to send this on our way. This is to Skyler and Kayla. Happy 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. All right, girl.
Thank you so much. So this is called Heartbeat. Let's get it.
Let's do it.
I can feel your heartbeat. I can feel your heartbeat. I can feel your heartbeat. Tell me all the places that you wanna go. I can feel your heartbeat. Show me all the ways that our love can grow. I can feel your heartbeat. I can feel your heartbeat. Cruising down the highway, feeling for your fingers, taking every breath like it's meant to be. What if I close my eyes? Will you be there to guide me? Leave me with my eyes, cannot see for me. The seasons they are changing, I don't have much patience. I need you to tell me that you're here for me. This world will keep on turning, I'll never stop learning. Tell me that you're ready to be free. I can feel your heart. Tell me all the places that you wanna go. I can feel your heart. Show me all the ways that our love can grow. I can feel your heartbeat.
your heartbeat, picture a car seat. Lately living sober, this is my third try at life. I'm afraid of starting over, now I'm just being honest. On a broken road of broken dreams, I'm afraid to break a promise. Look, I know I want you, I'm just being realistic. Judging by my history and looking at statistics. It's funny cause in a way you're a drug and I'm addicted. Since I dealt with addiction, I've been afraid of commitment. Like living life in the fast, she doesn't judge me by my past. I want this forever and they say love doesn't last. I took those stereotypes, threw them out the window and hit the gas. She got me chasing the fragrances like I used to do with cash. Left my fears on the side of the road like signs that we passed. You got my heart racing like we doing a $120 on the dash. Down a one way, I'm just afraid if I crash. Are you gonna stick around? I've been afraid to ask.
I can feel your heartbeat. I can feel your heartbeat. I can feel your heartbeat. Tell me all the places that you wanna go. I can feel your heartbeat. Show me all the ways that our love can grow. Cruising down the highway, feeling for your fingers, taking every breath like it's meant to be. What if I close my eyes? Will you be there to guide me? Leave me with my eyes cannot see for me. The seasons they are changing, I don't have much patience. I need you to tell me that you're here for me. This world will keep on turning, I'll never stop learning. Tell me that you're ready to be free. I can feel your heart. Tell me all the places that you wanna go. I can feel your heart. Show me all the ways that our love can grow. I can feel your heartbeat. I can feel your heartbeat. I can feel your heartbeat.
Gotta unmute your mic, baby.
What happened?
There we go. I can hear you. I can hear you.
That what we were wondering about what Heidi about the ice cube trays. It's because it was in reference to OG and the ice cubes with the coffee.
Yes. Yes. The bacon and the ice cubes is what she was talking about.
Yes, and how then someone else, Jacqueline, had something about the coffee was just telling a friend about the coffee with ice cubes. Jacqueline was. So you're making an impression on people.
Evidently.
Absolutely.
But,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, and shout out to I don't know if it's Steven or Stefan. My guess would be Stefan, but I know some people spell Steven that way. Shout out to Steven or Stefan. Will, thank you for hopping on. I would just talk to him. He reached out to me right before I was going live. I was already running late and I was like, had to leave a quick voicemail. I was like, what up, man? Hey, let me holler at you after I go live. As you see, we still live, so I'm definitely going to holler at you afterwards. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, guys. That was Heartbeat. I think it's a perfect way to end Music and Mayhem. Me and Kayla
Congratulations.
6-year anniversary. So let's get it.
All right.
Definitely, man. Oh, he said either or. I don't mind. There you go, Stefan. Steven, depends on who you're talking to, man. But welcome to the family. And congratulations to 6 years, man. Woo. You guys, it was such an honor and a pleasure hanging and just chit-chatting and doing a whole lot of nothing, man, but just chilling out and talking and having a good time. Much appreciated. And there she is, baby. Cake. What's up, baby? She's like, I know that voice. I know that voice. She's like,
that's Uncle Manny on the
hey. But seriously, man, had a great time. And we're going to be hooking up soon when we go to Connecticut. Then we'll be hooking up again in Portland. And we're going to be hooking up again in Texas. So we got a lot going on.
Absolutely.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, my God.
Brown cake. Hey, baby. You're like, that's Uncle Manny. He's got the bacon.
The bacon.
Hey, baby. You're such a good dog. She looking dead in there, boy.
Yeah.
She's like, give me your arm. Okay.
Okay.
I love
All
you.
Right, guys. Love you, brother. And again, man, thank you guys so much for joining in. And Next Wednesday, we're gonna
Wait a
have
minute.
to.
What is it? Tomorrow is Brandon Hughes, by the way.
Well, yeah, that's right. Tomorrow, Brandon Hughes.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I apologize.
Okay, you
I'm
know what?
looking-
Let
I'm
OG
looking at the
take
wrong-
this.
And OG
Monday-
can keep her the schedule.
Hey,
Yeah, and I get yelled at.
Monday is John Toole. Tuesday,
Yeah.
Brandon Hughes.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday, we won't be doing Music in Mayhem on the 16th because
Because there's a certain person I'm going to actually meet.
Who are you gonna meet?
Don't want to be name dropping it. Mike Young, the one and only
the
comedian,
comedian Mike Young.
producer,
Okay.
actor, director is coming to Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle here for one show only, and reached out, and we are going and going to meet Mike and hopefully set up some stuff to have Mike on the show. So
That'd be
please
incredible.
check out Mike Young. He's on Netflix. He's got a couple shows. He's been working with Eminem. He's been working with Stamos. He's been working with all
So we're
these
trying
other
to get some
people.
connections there.
So
You know
we're
what I
trying to
mean?
fill that in as well.
Indeed.
So we will
Yeah,
work
yeah.
out what we're going to do about that next week. But you know what? Thank you guys so much for everything. Love you guys.
We love you.
Until next time.
Okay.
All right, man. Love you.
Love you too.
All right. We out of here. And we out of here.